Hello, this is Tani Sophia Acosta. And so what I wanted to talk about today, I've been talking about coming out. And one of the more difficult, there are many different difficult or challenging or stressful coming out circumstances. But I think one of the more challenging the ones more fit with possibly something that creates a lot of stress, maybe a lot of anxiety, is coming out to our parents. Okay, so what I want to talk about today is, say you have the conversation in coming out to your parents, and let's say for whatever reason it just doesn't go well. And in the process of not going well, at some point, maybe you, the person doing the coming out, there's something in the conversation that quote unquote triggers you. Okay? It triggers your nervousness, your anger, your tension, so forth and so on, or more appropriately, could trigger your anxiety. So, first of all, what are triggers? Okay, allow me to say what that is. A trigger is a person, a place, a feeling, or thing that immediately induces a stress-based physical or emotional response based on past anxious or traumatic experience. Triggers can be internally generated by feelings of stress, anger, or sadness, or have causes rooted in the external environment. So let me talk about some common internal and some common external triggers within the context of a conversation that doesn't go well. So some internal triggers could be anger, memories, loneliness, feeling vulnerable or abandoned, feeling sadness, frustration, or feeling totally out of control, or just past pains. External triggers. It could be this actual coming out conversation with your parents. It may bring up bad memories. It may bring up even looks or smells. It may bring up conversations. It may bring up words that we experienced in the past. Or it just might bring up just an argument. Maybe an argument has happened. It's like an argument that's happened oh my God, my dad always does this. He always says this, and here we are again. Or it could just be something that just so much reminds you of your past. So maybe in some straightforward terms, we get the idea of what a trigger is. So now I want to talk about, what can we do? Let's say we get triggered in this coming out conversation. What can we do? So I'm going to talk about a set of tools that you can do. And, these tools can be applied to a lot of circumstances that you're triggered, but I just want to give you some help should that occur, because I think it is so intense if that happens in a conversation with your friends, family, but especially your parents. So the first tool is called use what's called the window of tolerance, WOT, window of tolerance. And the window of tolerance is a concept. It's a way to identify and talk about your current mental state. Being inside your window means that you're doing okay, and you can function pretty effectively and good. When you're outside your window of tolerance, when you're outside of the window, it means you have been triggered and you're experiencing some stress-induced response or traumatic stress-induced response. And from the get-go, before using some of these tools, you might notice that, your window of tolerance for affecting, for really functioning well might be more limited. And your ability to deal with difficult situations or circumstances, it might be really hard to deal with those. You could be easily triggered, or you could have a lot of things that really just trigger intrusive thoughts, anxiety, emotional shutdown, and so forth. But as you develop some of these tools, this tool being one of them, you'll have some tools that will help you kind of stabilize your feeling and maybe increase your ability or capacity to handle more difficult circumstance, emotions, or even physical stimulus. Handle in this case means to be able to return or stay in the present moment. You know where you are, you know who you're with, all that kind of good stuff, and you're totally aware and present with the people that are right in front of you. Okay. Having awareness of this, both from a positive and negative side, will help you know or identify and practice the necessary tools, in either direction. But especially when you're outside your window of tolerance, you can say, oh, I know I'm here now. So what's another tool in this set? So the one is just knowing, am I inside or outside this window of tolerance? The next tool, yes, it's our good tried and true friend calling breathe slowly and deeply. So this is actually a free tool. You don't need an app. You don't need, a piece of paper. You don't need to write it down or. So what it is to make sure you inhale through your nose and exhale for longer than you inhale. Okay. Either through, exhale either through your nose or through your lips, kind of your lips in a little bit of an O shape. So a suggested rhythm for this is to inhale for 4 counts. So 1, 2, in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2 counts. So hold. And exhale for 6 to 8 counts. So exhale. So do this about 4 times. And when you're doing this, you are actually activating the part of your nervous system that helps your body calm and reset itself. And so this can actually help you think more clearly and return to the present. The next tool to employ, this is so really important for us to really, it's called validate your experience. Be really kind to yourself, but just know what you have experienced is real and it is hurtful. Having a name or context for this stressful or traumatic stressful experience lets you know that how you feel is really not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you. What you're going through is actually a normal response to an abnormal experience or experiences. It is important to remind yourself of this as you go through a challenging circumstance, because self-validation is actually an important piece of healing. So, again, there's nothing wrong with you. It's a normal response. Okay, the next tool is to focus on your 5 senses. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In other words, start with 5 different things that you see. The trees outside the window. Hear the buzzing of the air conditioner maybe. Sense with your skin, like the collar of my neck, collar of the clothes on my neck, or a breeze on your arms. Taste, like I have a lingering aftertaste in my mouth. Maybe it's coffee or something I ate. And smell. Does it smell stale? Does it smell good? Do I smell perfume? And notice 4 of each. And then notice all 5. Then do this exercise, repeat it, and then notice 4 of each. Then repeat it, then 3 of each, and eventually 2, and then 1. Be as specific about these items as you can make, and you really concentrate on external factors, and will really help you get out of your head. Let me say that again. Be as specific about these items as you can to make you really concentrate on external factors and to get you out of your head. Pay attention to the things like shape, scent, texture, and color. And before you know it, you'll probably be back to the present moment before you even realize it. The next one, it sounds like so easy, but it's actually think positively for 12 seconds. So bring something positive to mind, such as a beautiful flower, like a sunset, a smile on someone's face, or a compliment from a friend or colleague, or somebody that you just like. Really focus on this positive thing, the flower, the sunset, whatever, for 12 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe, and then notice the impact on your body and your emotions. According to neuropsychologist Dr. Rick Hansen, it only takes 12 seconds for the creation of new neuron connections. These positive experiences have the ability to replace stress, fear-based thinking with coping. Okay. The next one is like, actually, if this trigger and these feelings that you're feeling just don't stop, and actually it continues where it's interfering with your sleep, which could be insomnia, nightmare, or anxiety, or whatever, but it's preventing you from sleep. So I think, as we all know, getting enough sleep, or the type of sleep you need, can cause all kinds of problems, like concentrating, difficulties at work and school. It can lead to irritability, and it can negatively impact relationships or more. But here's the thing. I will give a link to this, but it says there's research to show that using a weighted blanket, again, a weighted blanket, which simulates being held or hugged safely and firmly, can assist in reducing anxiety and insomnia. I never knew this one. So I will put this information into, the information about this video. So I'd like to be hugged all night long. That sounds really nice. Okay, the final one. That is to laugh. According to recent research, laughter really, really is medicine. And now it's being used more commonly as a therapeutic method. It's proven to reduce stress by relieving specific hormones that boost your immune system and rewire your brain. So, get a go-to funny video collection to watch. Your favorite comedians, your favorite comedy, sitcom, whatever it is when you're feeling stressed, anxious, or triggered. Or spend a time with a friend or loved one, or somebody you feel very safe with who actually can make you laugh. Okay? But like it said, laughter is really medicine. So, in conclusion, you really have the right to feel calm and in the present moment. And practicing some of these tools we just talked about is really a good step to managing a stress-induced reaction, a triggered reaction, or even worse, a traumatic stress. And this will help you get out of that moment and actually get on the path that you want to be. I really hope this is helpful to you, and I look forward to talking on my next video. And thank you so much for listening to me. Bye-bye.